The 100 just wouldn't be the same without actress Eliza Taylor, who is best known for portraying Clarke Griffin. Believe it or not, but Eliza actually has a lot in common with her on-screen character. Keep watching to find out how Eliza snagged the leading role without ever auditioning for it.
I woke up rotting in a cell, and now I'm spitting in a forest.
It's been 5 years since Eliza Taylor was cast as Clarke Griffin in The 100. The actress snagged the role when she was 24 years old, and she's held onto it ever since. Funny enough, Eliza was made to play a 17-year-old character in Season 1. It's super common for young adults to be cast into adolescent roles, so being 7 years younger than her actual character was never an issue. But it looks like the tables have turned, and drastically we might add, because Clarke is now much older than Eliza will ever be. The Season 5 finale showcased our heroes being placed into a deep cryo sleep, only to awaken 125 years later. So in a way, Clarke is currently 149 years old. Thankfully, the Sky Crew knows a thing or two about technology. Eliza and her character are born in October, so they'll both be celebrating a milestone this year. Whereas Eliza will be turning 30 years old, Clarke will be celebrating her 150th. Clarke was born and raised on the Ark. Her mother Abby was the chief of medicine, and Clarke had every intention of following in her footsteps, so she spent a lot of her free time tending to people's wounds and medical conditions. A tragic series of events led Clarke to be arrested for treason and sent to solitary confinement, and it was later revealed that she would be sent to Earth as punishment for her crimes. Luckily, she was well adept in the medical department, causing her to become the lead medic of her crew. Clarke is a talented doctor, and coincidentally, Eliza is fascinated with the medical world. In fact, the actress's two favorite TV shows are House and Grey's Anatomy, so playing the part of an experienced doctor came naturally to her. Binge watching her favorite seasons helped her perfect the medical lingo that would soon be thrown her way. However, some things were harder for her to perfect. It's old news that Clarke's character is super serious, but can you really blame her? After all, there's not much to smile about in the post-apocalyptic series. Clarke's a natural-born leader, so she's taken it upon herself to help the Sky People integrate with the Grounders. And let's just say that achieving this is a lot more complicated than it sounds. Although Eliza and her character share many similarities, the actress found it hard to conform to her character's ever so serious demeanor. This is probably due to how goofy she is in real life. Eliza loves to laugh and joke around, so much so that she used to post regularly on Vines. Making people laugh has always been one of her strong suits, and she inherited this trait from her stepfather, who used to be a stand-up comedian. Although Clarke's lips hardly ever curl up to reveal her teeth, Eliza is constantly laughing when the cameras aren't on her. The 100 is one of the most futuristic shows on the CW. The TV series was inspired by a series of novels by the same name. Author Cass Morgan had a clear image of what her characters looked like, and producers were determined to make her vision come to life. Curiously, though, the TV series aired before the books were ever published. In the books, Clarke Griffin is described as a beautiful young woman with long and wavy strawberry blonde hair. She's also said to have a fair complexion and gorgeous green eyes. Eliza is clearly the perfect girl for the job, which is why casting her as Clarke was a no-brainer. Eliza is known for her long and wavy blonde locks. However, she's not exactly as the author described. For one, Eliza's hair isn't strawberry blonde. On top of that, her eyes are blue and not green. Regardless of these differences, Eliza's overall look was exactly what the producers had in mind. Eliza knew from a young age that she wanted to be a star, and luckily for her, she's super gifted. Before becoming the big-time actress she is today, she dreamt of one day becoming a marine biologist. Eliza has a soft spot for nature and grew up near the ocean, causing her to become interested in this profession. However, by the time she was 14 years old, she was already landing her first acting gig. Eliza played the role of Janae Timmons in the hit TV series Neighbors for a total of 5 years. Throughout this time, she developed a love for singing and a knack for playing the guitar. We've seen Clarke sing through some pretty horrible scenarios on The 100, so it's safe to say that music helps both Clarke and Eliza cope with their emotions. Eliza is a natural when it comes to singing and playing the guitar, so much so that you would never expect her to have an Australian accent. Many fans were shocked to find out that Eliza was born and raised in Melbourne, Australia. Learning to cast aside her accent and replace it with an American one wasn't an easy thing to do, but she's an actress and a good one at that, so she didn't struggle for too long. If this isn't yet another clue that these two characters are perfect for for each other, we don't know what is. When the casting call for the 100 first came out, thousands of actors were quick to audition for the leading roles. However, Eliza was not one of them. In fact, she wasn't planning on auditioning at all. We can't imagine what the TV series would be like without her, nor do we want to. The show's producers had the perfect person in mind when casting Clarke's role. Luckily, producers stumbled upon Eliza's audition tape and immediately fell in love with the idea of casting her as the lead. Eliza had originally sent this tape in several months earlier. However, she was auditioning for a role in a movie and not for the 100. Eliza was called in the very next day and asked to read some lines, and shortly after, she was given the part. Before you go, let's take a little vote. Which ship is your favorite? Clarke or Clexa? Let us know in the comments below. If you love the 100 as much as we do, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. And make sure to subscribe to The Things for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching and see you soon!